city's waking up, and so are the charts. Every move on this screen has a story. Sometimes it's hype, sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's nothing at all. But if you look close enough, you'll see the rhythm behind it. No drama, no magic, just patterns, pressure, and people trying to make sense of it all. So let's take a look at where we're at and where this thing might go.
Hey, what's up, friends? Eric and MK, how are you guys doing? We'll talk about price a little bit, and then there are a few topics I wanted to cover. I'll wait a sec for people to get in here. Like what we were saying, previously, so we were waiting for this to break higher, and there's not much liquidity between here and where we were at like 106 and kind of where we're at right now, close to 113. The price has moved despite little volume. It does not take much to move price here. Litecoin really needs to break above these recent highs to start this God candle, and I think that's coming next. This higher time frame 3-month chart, right? If you can break a little bit higher, this should be the largest 3-month candle I think that Litecoin's maybe ever had. What's up, Dewey? Nice intro, thanks. Yeah, I worked a lot on these intros for like the nighttime stream, the daytime chart stream, the interviews. I wanted to make it feel more professional. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these coins will start pumping. Zcash super low market cap, and I don't know, on the higher time frame, it's not. I guess you know, this could break out. I don't have any fundamental view around Zcash. Maybe it starts to get adoption, but it's like one of the weakest performing privacy chains. Most of this is probably speculative, but it's doing like 3,000 transactions a day. That's like not very much higher than MWeb's adoption. But Litecoin has way higher base levels of demand and kind of competes with Zcash here. I think it's just super illiquid, and it doesn't take much to move the price of Zcash here. I don't think you should give up your Litecoin position to chase some random pump from a privacy coin. Yeah, I think you're better off longer term just holding the dominant chain. Litecoin increased by 100k transactions this cycle daily, which is like 50x more than Zcash's baseline demand. The pumps are coming though. I don't know why Zcash is pumping, but Litecoin will get that here soon. Against others, we haven't even moved off the bottom really here. But I think we're gonna get Litecoin will get an expansion ahead of the rest of the market. like above 130. So we're not too far away. We should get a volume candle. Like what's crazy is we're right pushing up pretty close to like this correction is relatively minor compared to the last ones. And if this really is the bottom and the start of the impulse, which I think it is, we should get a high volume breakout. And I just think there's very little supply above these levels, really to all-time highs, maybe beyond. Right, this has been volatility compression and decline in volume for 8 years. And it's better that the impulse starts from right underneath this major area of resistance rather than at the bottom here, because price doesn't have to move very much to tap into this like illiquid pocket from 135 to like 300. And that will bring attention, which will bring capital. Just ranting. Yeah, we'll see. Bitcoin's at an interesting place here. It's like right at this area of supply and potential rejection. But if it clears here, I think it heads to new all-time highs pretty quickly. But it can meander around and pull back from these highs, or if it rallies to 120-ish, will be pullbacks. Well, anything's possible. If it just blows through the highs on a rally of Bitcoin dominance a little bit higher, we're going to go to the moon. But yeah, not really worth getting excited about on this pump where there's like no supply. We just moved back to the area we were at previously. Nick, what's up? I wanted to talk a little bit about this. This guy, not so fast, seems to see it. But I feel like eventually this market's going to shift from looking at Bitcoin as just BTC to Bitcoin as every proof of work chain. And the way this market is naturally going to evolve is the conversation should shift from like, oh, who's going to buy our bags higher, right? Looking at inflation, macro signals as like indications of where price is going to looking at it from an end consumer demand perspective. And I think like in aggregate, having options like where you make trade-offs, whether it's for privacy or for a second Bitcoin chain, which is lower cost, but you don't necessarily need the higher cost, more secure chain, actually expands and multiplies the odds that crypto actually competes with state money and evolves out of this speculative market. So I don't know why Bitcoin people hate altcoins, because it actually improves the odds of Bitcoin succeeding. It's kind of like how ETH grew the casino market, right? It brought more money into the space and they ended up buying Bitcoin, which actually helped BTC. The same is going to be true on the real monetary adoption side, right? These proof of work chains that eventually become semi-interoperable through decentralized exchanges or decentralized credit layers, they collectively increase the total addressable market for all Bitcoin chains, and also the probability of success of outcompeting state money. There's no way Bitcoin alone does that. It can just be politically captured, have one option, have one implementation through core. Like if you go that route, the thing is super vulnerable to failing or being co-opted. But I do think after this next bear market, we will transition to that, and I think the odds of success of crypto taking like 10-20% of the world's market for money is super high. Basically what I thought since 2019. We're at the final stages of speculation where institutions, small countries, buy the top. We have like a 5+ year bear market. Expansion of decentralized exchanges, centralized exchanges fail, and then real monetization, overcoming the state. I still think that's the way it's going to play out. Yeah, Nick's coming around to the idea that we might get this higher time frame. What's your... Yeah, it does look like 2020, but much stronger. And starting from a higher level, also a point where you have way larger money that can chase it. Right, just the retail money that existed last cycle is the only thing that drove Litecoin, and it had a ton of 2017 top buyers that acted as resistance. I think you don't have any of that now, or less. Obviously, the last 4 years have drained out a lot of the shorter term hype guys. They've moved on to random pump and dumps. And I still think it looks more similar to here, right, where you had this in 2013, kind of this extended sideways, but the impulse didn't start really until it broke the prior highs that it rejected from. Whoops. Multiple times. It's kind of what Litecoin was doing here, right? This higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but sideways type choppy action. Very similar to this structure here, just over a longer time period. It's not exact, but like the overall structure is similar. What's up? Up, Bitcoin Trasher? The Luxfolio girl that was hired has a dad who's the director of Soul Strategies. I don't know. But there are a lot more people, like, Litecoin's credibility in the minds of a lot of the early Bitcoin people, like Paul Stork and Vlad, has grown. Like, it's a different, there's a lot more intelligent people involved around Litecoin now than ever. Right? Aztec is one of them. He'll be here tomorrow. LitVM is another group, and then you have these treasury companies. I don't think they really see the long-term future, but it is attracting a lot more serious money. Whoa, what's up? The longer time frame to you hints more to a short bear. I feel like longer consolidation either means this goes like the rally can be longer, or it can just be more vertical. I lean towards it being more vertical. But I do think a mass psychological shift around Bitcoin will inevitably happen. It's just hard to pinpoint when that'll be. What's up, John? I mean, Charlie funded the ETF, so I think those are his Litecoin that's sitting there. He probably gets price exposure, gets to keep those Litecoin. So he funded that, and then he's on the board of treasury companies, so he kind of owns Litecoin indirectly there. Yeah, Zcash pump is probably good. I mean, the biggest opportunity really in this space is in proof of work altcoins, is in substitute Bitcoin chains. The most dominant is Litecoin. I don't know. Zcash, what market cap is that? It's pretty tiny. Yeah, I think Zcash getting adoption or pumping is good. But yeah, it's like it's such tiny volume. Right? It takes less than $1 million. 2% depth on the biggest exchange is the 150 grand. So it can pump on very low inflows. A few $100,000 can move it 2%. What's its market cap? 2 billion. Litecoin's like 10x the volume of Zcash. Why is Litecoin's price up today? It's funny. Actually, this does an okay job of explaining it. I just think I'd put money on this being the biggest 3-month candle Litecoin's ever had in dollar terms. Wish I could buy Litecoin call options for like $400 by end of year. Let's check the mempool for Bitcoin. I don't think much is happening here. Bitcoin transactions. I don't know. Blocks are still full. But there's not enough competition to really drive fees higher yet. How are those Bitcoin meme coin tokens doing? What's the website for ordinals? It's like ord.io or something. There's like nobody minting these anymore. That ETF needs options. This is like one of the few times I would take a chance buying calls. And I do like some, depends on the pricing. There's probably no liquidity there, demand, but if it was in a, if you could buy pretty cheap calls for December expiration or above all-time highs, I would take it. Maybe LTC XRP bottomed here. This is like a 5-wave move up on the correction. What else is rallying today? And just Zcash. Stocks breaking to new all-time highs as well. For Bitcoin dominance, like it's I don't really like this chart because it's really to me like an ETH Bitcoin chart, and I don't know, Litecoin can rally a lot while Bitcoin dominance goes higher. I don't really even like using it, but I think we'd at least get into this area. Whether or not it breaks lower from that, I don't know. But I just look at the market totally different than just straight historical patterns and liquidity out of Bitcoin to alts. I think the market's is getting smarter. You're leaving? Okay. Is this Soho? Huh? Alright, have fun. Sorry. Uh, yeah, there's a couple companies that have quite a bit. I don't think they're ever selling either, so. Yeah, Litz, which was MEI Pharma, has 1 million, and they bought it at 107 or so. And then Luxfolio, I don't know how much they have. Did total 3? Yeah, we might get crazy move in altcoins this month, or at least in total 3. One convincing high time frame candle above these highs will pull in so many people. But people think it'll never happen because it hasn't happened in 8 years. Get ready. The only ones prepared are us here. Moon. They have option on their stock. Yeah, but their stock has like shit volume. You can't even like buy or sell more than $5,000 worth of it. So it's not liquid at all. Jackson is one of the only ones ready, yeah. Yeah, no, everyone makes fun of fun of it, but tell them to explain why. And it's just like it's a broader psychological phenomenon. It's like why people make fun of uh kids in school. Like they don't really know why. If they think about it long enough, they probably think they're dumb for doing that if they're self-aware. But it's just like it's a negative reflexivity. It's because it hasn't moved in price that people assume it's dead. But they never really understood what this was in the first place. They're all just bandwagon idiots. Yeah, I wear a Litecoin shirt around. I got one from Kyle's shop. I have two hats, but I wore them too much that I need new ones now. But nobody's ever, like, I met a lot of early Bitcoiners, like people that bought Bitcoin 2012, like in Puerto Rico. And I talked to them about their reasoning, rationale, and opinion on the future. And they were just, not a single one even understood. They all got lucky. And I met a lot of altcoin people that were the same way down there. They literally just won the lottery. They didn't know why or really have a compelling thesis. They all just got lucky. That's what I realized. I'm like, holy shit. These people don't even know what they're buying. And then the most common thing that I saw was they just doubled and tripled down on the thing that made them money in the first place and ended up giving a lot of it back. Yeah, they just do it because of price going up. It eventually, like, successful products or companies eventually reach this psychological shift where it goes from unpopular to popular. It happened with Tesla. I was actually in the normie crowd when this, uh, my friend, he was like an engineering student in South Dakota, and he didn't have much money. I was in high school, but he was telling me about going all in Tesla, but he only had like a 15K, 20K account, and he was like 5 years older than me. And I remember just thinking it wouldn't do well because I believed the analysis I was reading at the time. I wasn't really thinking for myself. But there's a point where the crowd shifts and then momentum runs and can run for a long time. But honestly, Tesla was one of the most hated stocks for the longest time. I have no idea if my friend kept his Tesla position, but he would have turned like 15K into, what is this? Uh, like 40 million. What's up, Luke? Rocks a lot higher. Yeah, we should play the. I should play the higher song. Let's just have this in the background. I'll pull it up. It should play. Or I can play it on my desktop. Where is it? I have a video. Alright, never mind. I think I have it. But it's unlisted. One sec. I actually have a new song that I didn't make a video for yet, but I think it's pretty good. So I'm gonna play that.
Turn it up. Feel this rise. One line. Just one line. I like the point. I like the point. I like the point. I like the point. Not here for the noise. Catch the wave early. Not about hype, it's about time. Simple move, sharp mind, we fine. I like the point. I like the point.
I don't chase trends, I let them chase me. I don't need loud, the numbers speak. Patience is my style, convictions a game. They play for a moment, I play the end game.
It's steady, not desperate, it's earned, not gifted. No rush, no mess, just progress, 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 progress. Coin. I like the coin. I like the coin. I like the I like the coin. I like the coin. One chain! One chain! One chain! One chain! One chain! How many chains? One chain! One chain!
I'll turn this down a little bit. I don't know if this is loud for you guys or not. I think I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try playing like I want to be able to play the music videos in like the bottom corner of the screen while I have price up, so I can have both. I'm gonna play the Ghost Chain album here. Let's see if I can do that. Add scene. Now let's add this. Oh, I can. Sweet.
Where'd he go? Wasn't he done? It died, bro. It's over. Wait.
Yeah, let me turn off this other one.
I was buried, mocked, memed, forgotten. They said I was too slow, too old, too cheap to chase.
I'll turn down the volume a bit.
But time moves different when your blocks still breathe. You didn't
Yeah,
see me,
John, you
didn't
should
need
do
me,
it.
but you will. Oh, you will.
Where should I put this?
Ghost Chain.
You guys like this? This is better. I think it's cooler. Cover the watch list. It's like, put it here. Or down here. Song should be longer. I can extend it. Alright, how is the volume? Is it too loud? Can you still hear me?
They said I was a clone, a copy without a crown, but I got the same bones, just no one wrote me down.
Still here, frightening. The ghost they left is lightning. While they dance with smoke and hype, I kept my rhythm tight. Now they're whispering my name.
Nice. What's up, Yusuf?
But I already
Litecoin
changed the game.
ETF? I don't know what that
You praise the
means.
chain with fees, but mock the one that frees. We move the same blocks, but I
Volume's
don't sell
good.
dreams. Same code, no cloud, same weight, let's shout. You
Yeah, let's have a real life party.
built without.
Dead chain, huh?
Funny.
I'm still dancing.
Dead chain.
Yeah, it'd be honestly better if it breaks out before the ETF is launched.
Dead chain.
Inflows would be way higher.
Dead chain. Still swinging. Still swinging.
I don't know, what do you guys think? You think Bitcoin's gonna get rejected here or just continue higher?
You missed the block. Missed the block. Tick tock.
In the most bullish case is
Dead
Bitcoin.
chains. Good. Dead chains. Good.
BTC rallies hard.
Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains.
It's gotta steal the spotlight from all the big money hype. It's trying to pump coins that are
12 years, no sleep.
useless.
You just tweet, left for dead, but I got rhythm. No devs, nah, no drama. You chase trends, I make time.
Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove.
You never understood the beat, block by block, tick by tick. I haunt this chain, you made me sick, but now I'm live, and you're late. Block, 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 block. That chain just go, that chain just go, that chain is that chain is that chain is that chain is still alive.
All right,
Here,
Nick,
still moving.
peace out. I'm just experimenting here. Have a good day, sir. Good luck with whatever you're doing. I'm thinking I want to see what it looks like if I add like 6 videos here and just play with the sound for one of them. I'm just gonna mess around for a sec. See what this looks like. So,
Flicker the chain, glow in the floor. Been through the dark, we're back for more. Not a flash
Added
with a fuse, ain't no hype, it's the muse. Can't fake soul, can't mute truth.
I'm gonna add all the Litecoin students here.
You can't chart this feeling, can't trade this love. We don't follow the trend, we are the groove. You can't fake this rhythm, can't bottle this light. We don't chase the moment, we move through the night. No need to prove, we got proof of groove. Proof of groove. Proof of groove. Still alive.
Attention!
Maybe this one sec. Alright. Oh, what the hell? Wrong one.
I've always liked Litecoin.
Yeah, I tweeted about it in 2017. It's basically Bitcoin, right? They called it ghost, said it was toast. Called it slow, a boomer's post. Now it's running, now it's hot. Funny how that memory rots. They said no devs, they said it's dead, but now they tweeting what we said. Screenshots gone, takes erased. Now they want that silver taste. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain glow. You can fake roots, but they still show. Flip flop fast when the price says go, but we been here, thought you should know. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain burn. First they laugh, now they learn. Ghost chain, still alive. Who's that knocking? We survive. Gaslight. just for views. So fake dreams, chase the pumps, ignore the beams. Now the truth's too loud to miss, and you're pretending this was bliss. You like what coins? Since when, bro? You said like coins just for show. Now it moves and you repost like you sit in front row close. They get corrupted, then gaslit. Now the chain goes through their script. You don't hold, you just flip. We don't need you in the clip. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain rise. We stayed low, now touch the skies. You missed out, now switch your stance.
Yeah, I'll turn it back down. I'm just thinking, like, for Mania, for preparation, what would have maximum impact? I could just have like 3 videos on the side and Litecoin price.
I always said Litecoin was underrated. It was obvious. Wait, what's my password again?
Alright, let's see. Hopefully the volume's better now. I turned it down quite a bit. But I just wanted to see what looks best.
They said it couldn't happen. Now they don't know what they're seeing.
113 incoming, friends. The moment of truth is, if this higher time frame impulse is going to happen, it will happen above these highs. Like above with 115.
While they chase the trending lies, I held the chain they never tried. Now the shift begins to show.
Let's see what else.
They all ask, how could this grow? They missed the math, ignored the spine. Now they're shocked it's flipping time. Is this real? No way it flips. Wait, is Litecoin back? This can't be it. Flipping everything.
I'm gonna add one more.
That's not supposed to win. Flipping everything. This wasn't in the spin. Flipping everything. The chart must
One sec, it's gonna be annoying for
knew the moment the silence was
a sec.
golden. They built their castles out of noise. Well, I stack coins, not shiny toys. They called it dead, they called me late, but missed the chain that mirrors fate. The second Genesis, the code aligned. Same creator, same design. It always lived beneath their nose. Now disbelief is all they know. The second Bitcoin never left, it just didn't beg for spotlight breath. Now price obeys what time delayed, and they can't grasp what's underway. Flipping everything, but not by hype. Flipping everything, by function, by right. Flipping everything. The market forgot that truth doesn't care what bags you bought. Flipping everything. They never saw it, but it was always here.
Can we crash liquidate for a last time? It's possible, but there's not that much open interest here. It's been cooling off. So it's hard. I mean, we had, I guess it's moving higher on today's rally, but not a ton, right? Open interest has fallen quite a bit. And funding rates are not that high, so there's a decent amount of short open interest happening around this level. It's a logical place to short if you think price about to be rejected here. So there's really not that much. I mean, if price, we had the largest liquidation event of the year, and price only retraced, you know, much more shallow than previously. It's hard to imagine major liquidations here. Right, previous times where funding rates had gone really high, we had major liquidation events. But it's not there right now, so. I wish we had on-chain data to track long-term holders. It sucks, like we can't see miner reserves or where long-term holders are at. Let's check Bitfinex. Usually these guys have been pretty accurate, and their short Bitfinex shorts just dropped quite a bit. Longs are kind of grinding higher. Who cares if they don't? Let Bitfinex traders miss it. Well, I traded the last of my Bitcoin for Litecoin kind of at the start of this cycle. So most of it, plus I converted the LTCN profits I had to Litecoin. I mean, a lot of my Litecoin came from trading my Bitcoin for Litecoin and then the LTCN profits that I had for Litecoin. But I traded my Litecoin for Bitcoin like way back here at like 0.003. And I actually took profits in LTCN and then almost immediately swapped it for Litecoin, so the entry price was not ideal. It was around like $100. But I've had the idea around Bitcoin scaling forever, like 10 years almost. Yeah, nice candle today and everything. We just need to break out here against altcoins. So LTC others looks to me like it's about to have this breakout move within a few weeks. It can happen whenever. Doesn't matter, but really close. LTC BTC that could have been the low. This triple tap at the bottom of this higher time frame area of support and resistance. But yeah, I could have done way better if I had bought all these random proof of stake coins in 2020. But I think all that matters is winning in the end. A lot of money is going to be like these zero-sum games. And with most people losing, so. It's like the Bitcoin maximalists were outperformed by just long-term Dogecoin stackers. And I think the same fate awaits long-term Litecoin holders. I think they'll outperform all the Bitcoin maxis created after 2017. And the only ones that are going to catch it are those like long-term convicted believers. One sec, I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. What do I think the 2 million Litecoin transaction is? I have no idea, but I think most likely it's just Binance moving their balances around. It's hard to know. I don't think it was like someone just bought 2 million Litecoin. The price sort of rallied a lot. I don't think there's 2 million Litecoin available to be sold around this price that quickly. I mean, it could have, maybe it's possible it was. But that's a lot. That's like 2.5%. of the supply. Yeah, 401k rules. I feel like a lot of those rules were just created to pump certain people's bags at the time. It's like you can only invest in the stuff we own, kind of like what they're trying to do with crypto now, is like get their coins they own fast tracked for ETF approval, and like, hey, market these as safe, you should buy these coins. You had your chance. Chance is still here, but it's not going to exist for very much longer. What's search interest now look like for Litecoin? Hasn't even moved. This is perfect if we can get a breakout. Am I an insider? No, I don't really think there are insiders. Some, not really in these decentralized cryptocurrencies. There's definitely insiders in the VC coins. And there's definitely coordinated pumps around Bitcoin. And there have been for a long time. It's pretty telling that Bitcoin rallies, or historically, it's like most of the gains in Bitcoin came from a very short time period. And I think what they're doing it's definitely possible that people at Tether and exchanges, market makers have been working to pump Bitcoin price. But I'm not involved in any of that, never would be. What's the others chart look like? I definitely don't think we're gonna see a broad-based alt season. Probably gonna be contained to like 5 altcoins. ETH, what, like 2-3x from here potentially? Bitcoin maybe 2x from here. Monero looks pretty bullish. But I don't think it's just gonna explode above all-time highs like Litecoin can. All the meme coins look done. Looks so weak. It looks like Caspa's chart too. Liquidity is definitely gonna flow out of all these, especially as something like Litecoin does pump. So I think it's weird that people assume. A lot of people are commenting that you know, everything's going to pump. No, I think it's gonna be like, typically when Bitcoin rallies, alts bleed. This time it's gonna be Litecoin. I think Litecoin can rally hard and suck liquidity out of a lot of these alts. Maybe not all of them, but. I think a lot of alts will pump, but not hundreds. Like, did you guys see Josh Mann's like Bitcoin prediction? Was like 444K by November 8th. That would be insane. Don't think that's likely, but possible.
They said I was a clone.
We're gonna be on a TD9 on the 4-hour.
But I got the same bones.
On the daily close.
Just no one wrote me down.
Hopefully it's a breakout 9 where price
Still here.
pumps.
The ghost they left is lightning. While they dance with smoke and hype. I kept my rhythm tight. Now they're whispering my name. But I already changed the game.
What do you mean? Can we go past November? I think we can go into Q2 of next year. I would look at, I don't know. It kind of depends on the macro situation, but just individually, if you break out of an 8-year range, usually it's not
I'm still dancing.
going to just be one candle. Likely you get multiple. I'd say at least 2. I mean, XRP is a decent example. It broke out and then 3 consecutive green quarterly closes. It's hard to know. I think either price is, you get a massive breakout and then it's shorter in time. Or it goes longer.
Don't need hype when you got up time. That changed. That changed. That changed. 12 years, no sleep. That changed. That changed. You just tweet. Left for dead. But I got rhythm. No days.
But I think this idea is correct.
You chase trends.
And we're about to see Litecoin's Wave 3 expansion this month. I wonder what the odds are. Like, if you have a quarterly close that's green in July, the likelihood of breakout in Q4. So where are the points where we closed bullish in July? Here, July 12th. Had a bullish Q4 and Q1. This was red. 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 We've only had 3 Q3s green. July 12, July of 2017, well Q3 2017 and Q3 of 2020. But all of them historically. This one's weird because it's like almost no liquidity and no volume. Probably take that one out. But when we had a Q3 close bullish in 2017, it led to a massive Q4 candle, and then same with Q3 of 2020. It was Litecoin's biggest move was Q4. This is a lot different though because it's after 3 years of compression that we closed bullish Q3. So just from a seasonality perspective, Q3 closing green has led to like the largest candles every time. This preceded Litecoin's biggest move. So that, and then, you know, the potential, like I've talked about, transaction migration from Bitcoin at a higher value range, the ETF floodgates, so unlocking a huge buy-side demand catalyst, and then kind of seasonally aligning with quote-unquote alt season, but rotation from Bitcoin. Like there's a lot of favorable confluence of indicators. Yeah, common tops, I mean, sure, November and April. I think most likely this 3-month candle is really bullish, and then we have some consolidation. And then a blow off in the spring, but most of the gains should come from this first initial breakout. It's just historically true, it makes the most sense because it goes from long-term compression like we saw in Dogecoin around the lows to finally breaking out and sentiment narrative changing. The first rally out of the consolidation usually is the biggest. This is 3,000%, and then you got a blow off. And it's the same with XRP. The first move was actually 70x, not 30x, and then you had 1,000% rally at the end. So who knows if we'll get a blow off? I still think that's most likely, but catching this move is all you need if it's going to play out similarly. But it sets up I think it's most likely, given everything we know. 0 interest. Perfect. 20 people in here is ideal. The whole narrative not even existing that I see is insanely bullish, and then technical picture about to break out. Anyway, it's all the confluence you need. The risk reward is insane. "21 of us." Not much room to capture 100x move. You need like the majority to be offsides, you need the majority to be wrong, and you have to be correct. And it's a small number of people that are rewarded, whether it's early tech like entrepreneurship investing, right? A few founders of a company, they're the ones that make the vast majority of the money. It's just the way it goes. And I view this more as, yeah, like entrepreneurial type and speculating. It's like the market doesn't really exist yet to the extent that is possible. And the way that this market naturally develops, to me, is multiple Bitcoin chains. Litecoin has the lead above all its competitors, and so it's the most natural conclusion. I don't know why it's not obvious to people, but whole market's trained to just follow macro signals and popularity contests. Elon should retweet me in the mania. I'm not gonna, my emotions, I don't think will get that. It's hard to know, right? In a mania, it's hard to not feel the pull of emotions, but if we get this, I'm just gonna be saying the same things. I've never been a hype man. I guess Bitcoin is just gonna leave this unfilled gap here. Probably come back and close it after the bull market ends. Started streaming 84 minutes ago. Let's go. 84. Four. I might leave this stream on. I need to go get some food. I need to eat something. Didn't eat anything yet.
Should've kept the key. You let go too soon. Now go suffocate. Dance under the moon.
You checked the price, then checked again. Too late now, they still hold you down.
You hit sell, thought you were slick. Caught a pump, but missed the kick. While it's still on chain untouched, while you scroll charts, feeling crushed. They haunt you.
Alright guys, I'm gonna make myself some food real quick. Be right back. I wish I could put a be right back banner on the screen. Alright, be right back.
get momentum. We live commitment, principle, rhythm, breath. That's the currency we hold. We don't follow charts, we write the scroll. Backed by soul, not hype. Built on truth, not tight. Moving slow, but right. This actually is the future in our sight. Backed by soul, not hype.
buried, mocked, memed, forgotten. They said I was too slow, too old, too cheap to chase. But time moves different when your blocks still breathe. You didn't see me, didn't need me, but you will. Oh, you will. Ghost chain.
They said I was a clone, a copy without a crown. But I got the same bones, just no one wrote me down. Still here, frightening. The ghost they left is lightning. While they dance with smoke and hype, I kept my rhythm tight. Now they're whispering my name, but I already changed the game. You praise the chain with fees, but mock the one that frees. We move the same blocks, but I don't sell dreams. Same code, no cloud, same weight, less shout. You bow to the brand I built without. Dead chain, huh?
Funny.
I'm still dancing. Dead chain. Dead chain. Dead chain. Still swinging. Still swinging. You missed the block. Missed the block. Tick tock. Tick tock. Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains. Don't need hype when you got uptime. Dead chains. Dead chains. Dead chains. 12 years, no sleep. Dead chains. Dead chains. You just tweet, left for dead, but I got rhythm. No devs, nah, no drama. You chase trends, I make time.
Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove. Call me a ghost, but I still move. Call me dead, but you just prove.
Alright, guys. What's up, Vivaci? Is the LTC BTC? I don't know what you're saying. W formation? It's more like a, I guess you could call it that, or an inverse head and shoulders. I think you take the larger context over the short term. Targets. And I don't even rely on technical analysis too much, but I would interpret this the same way as I'd interpret the USD pair as like a 1-2-1-2. That's demonstrated here. And yeah, if on the lower time frames this is bottoming and about to reclaim these lost levels, I don't know. I think we're gonna break all-time highs in Bitcoin terms, even though most technical analysis would disagree with that. I don't think you can see it from the chart. On the monthly time frame, I don't know. I think it's best to use the full price chart. Looks like you just sweep the all-time low into the high. This whole space is dominated by technical analysis, but I don't think it can see or project the long-term future. We did get a confirmed 9 on the TD sequential. This is 3 in a row. Yeah, just like any other dominant money, Litecoin should go into a broad psychological shift from medium of exchange to store of value, just like what happened with Bitcoin. It's already happening, but not broadly. So you can get a psychological shift that pushes velocity down as the network activity climbs. if we get the expected scenario I keep talking about, and then that feeds this reflexive speculative loop.
Always said Litecoin was underrated. It was obvious. Wait, what's my password again?
Now they don't know what they're seeing. Every chart I watch said truth, not hopium, just deeper roots. While they chase the trending lies, I held the chain they never tried. Now the shift begins to show, and they all ask, how could this grow? They missed the math, ignored the spine. Now they're shocked it's flipping time. Is this real? No way it flips, weight is like coin back. This can't be it. Flipping everything that's not supposed to win. Flipping everything. This wasn't in the spin. Flipping everything. The chart must be broken, but I knew the moment. The silence was golden, 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 They built their castles out of noise. Well, I stack coins, not shiny toys. They called it dead, they called me late.
I think what's really driving gold and silver is central bank buying. Such a huge asset class. Central banks are the largest buyers. And then institutional buying, boomer buying in ETFs. Which is funny to me because gold was banned once before when it actually circulated as money. So if it just stays a speculative asset, which it will, I don't think it's going to be remonetized in the digital economy. Governments may just be preparing to try to reinstitute some gold backing, which will always fail, but I think it's speculative just like Bitcoin. I mean, the whole world's trying to figure out what the dominant money is going to be. It's not like anything really changed that much. Everyone's still using dollars. So I look at this market like the crypto market. Gold and silver. This kind of looks like the LTC XRP chart and what it will look like going forward.
Now go serve your game. Dance under the moon.
You check the price, then checked again. Too late now, they still hold you down.
You hit sell, thought you were slick. Caught a pump, but missed the kick. While it's still on chain untouched. While you scroll charts, feeling crushed. They haunt you, 20 coins back then. Now
This is what's gonna happen.
And now that
Yeah, it's hard to know. We need to see how strong this breakout will be, assuming it comes. A lot of people get more confident in gold and silver when price goes up, just like in Bitcoin. But when you realize not much has changed, like it doesn't change. Watching gold and silver rise doesn't make me more bullish on gold and silver. Everyone will eventually buy the money that the most productive people decide to use. And I think the highest earners will be individuals that leverage AI tools and run companies by themselves. I think they're naturally the ones that will be most tech savvy, sophisticated, and accept cryptocurrency, and the ones that actually can resist governments and have enough privacy. Not the proof of stake stuff. I think we have a few whales that are in here. That's totally subjective. The definition of whale has changed a lot since Bitcoin price has gone up. What's a whale? I don't know. It's subjective. What does rich mean? I mean, a lot of different things in different countries. Depends on what social circle you're in. It's always relative. Yeah, unless Litecoin's 10k, then people would assume you're a whale. I don't know, it doesn't matter to me. I think a lot of people feel super cool if they have a lot of money. I don't think it makes you better or worse than anyone else. Especially if you just get lucky. Don't follow charts, friends. Write the scroll. Tomorrow we have Aztec. Make sure to come. It'll be at 8 p.m. 2 weeks. Yeah, if we can break out of this downtrend this week, would look super nice. Send it. Maybe October is like this. What was Litecoin's? 1000%. Yeah. Could be in December. It's actually similar prices. So 5 grand, correct, to 1,000. Send to 40k. Making money while you sleep on the beach. It's gonna be hard. I don't know. I think a lot of money is gonna be made and lost. Sleeping on the beach sounds nice for like 2 weeks. Then it's super boring. But it is nice to not have to be forced to do something you don't like. But I think if you just like, I have to do something, else I feel lazy. You're gonna be wilderness camping? That'd be nice. I've never been much of a camper. But I like watching that this guy. He's like super popular on YouTube. Funny dude. Goes on these extreme camping adventures. This guy's done so well on YouTube. All his videos get 10 million views. $100 million. That's crazy. That's like Mr. Beast level. Yeah, that outdoor boys guy is almost on Mr. Beast level. Yeah, he stopped making videos. I like it. He just seemed like my cousin's Boy Scout for life. But that's the type of person you want with you. If shit got real, you had to survive. I'd be screwed. Let's play it. Stop playing this one and play something else. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I might just stay live until we see a breakout. It sucks because YouTube live streams, like, while you're live, even if you have a ton of viewers, you don't hardly make anything. On Twitch you do. But YouTube does really well for monetizing views after the live stream's published. Higher.
Where's it going? What's the price? What's the chain?
BlackRock just allowed in-kind redemptions. That's cool. That's bullish for block space demand. That's cool. Maybe with this fear type of rally that is kind of driving gold can come to proof of work chains like Bitcoin chains, and a lot of people can start figuring out how to take self-custody. I don't know why you'd want to hold Bitcoin in an ETF long term. The government can just take your Bitcoin if they want it. Or fork it and implement monetary policy on top of their version of Bitcoin and only let you withdraw that one. Yo, what's up, Anthony? How's it going? We're just hanging out, seeing if this can break out from here. Bitcoin can grind higher and break through this resistance. It's go time. Zcash is everything Litecoin wants to be, except adopted. Spike in transactions after the pump, but there's been a slow decline in usage over time. It's possible it can recover here, but it's interesting that it's only price pump that is driving transactions. So, I don't know. To be bullish on a technology that lost relevance over time, it's hard for me versus a chain that's gone the opposite way, just up only. Like they were equivalent in 2017. Alright, Vincent, thanks for coming in here. See you later. And we'll see. I mean, people can buy whatever coin they want. I don't care. I have my view. I think it's a good sign. I'm gonna remove these albums. Hide them for now. Play something else. loud. See what else is going on today. Oops.
I didn't take a photo, I didn't say a word, I just let it be, and it was perfect. Woke up slow, pulled you close, steam on the window, quiet coast, no rush now, the world can't wait, just this much, this light, and your sweater drape.
Alright guys, I might end the stream for a bit and come back later if anything happens. But I think if Bitcoin's this is the most logical spot for it to pull back. We're gonna just run through here, and the last point of resistance is these previous highs at like 122k.
I used to grip things like they disappear, as if love could slip,
And
as if change was something to fight.
Litecoin needs to reclaim like 113 to 115.
They come anyway.
And I think there's a decent chance, even if Bitcoin dominance is gonna head higher, LTC BTC bottoms here after this triple tap of the lows. And if this is kind of the same idea as we're seeing in weight basis on the dollar pair over the same time frame, it should explode higher. So Hold on to your pants. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out for a bit. I'll be back later. Let's go, Crypto and Arkham. You're welcome. We gotta build this audience so I can keep the 24/7 stream up and it doesn't die. Once we get the breakout, I think we'll be able to do that. But until maybe I'll come back at like 9 p.m. So 3-4 hours. Eric, thanks for always coming in here. I'll see you all later.